Maggie.
I'm Sarah.
And this is Bickering Books Spotlight Series Spotlight.
Woohoo!
And this month, the Spirit series that we selected is actually one of my favorites by one of my favorite authors who I feel is kind of not as well known as she should be.
I can agree with that.
I agree with that. Plus, we tweeted at her and she tweeted back. So
She's the best.
We were really excited about that.
She retweeted us.
She retweeted us. She liked her tweets. So we're excited.
And we like her.
Yes. And I like her. So the series we did is the Vision series by Lisa McMann. She also has, I believe they're called Dreamwalker series, which is also excellent. So you should try to read those too. But the books in this series are Crash, Bang, and Gasp. And these books are mostly based around a girl named Jules who lives in Chicago. Her family owns a pizza shop, and she works in the pizza shop. Her dad's a hoarder because of some issues that you'll find out. And she starts to have visions in the first book, and there's a mystery she has to solve, and she has a disaster she has to prevent. And when she does prevent that disaster, the person whose life she saved inherits the visions in the second book. And then that person has to divert a different disaster. And one of the people that person saves gets the visions in the third book.
So think Final Destination.
But better.
Final Destination movie series.
And that is my description without giving away spoilers. But the Jules has...
Better but less bloody.
Yes. Jules has a brother named Trey, who's gay, who helps her. A little sister named Rowan. And a unrequited/requited love in Sawyer, whose family owns a rival pizza shop. And Sawyer is crush-worthy.
Yeah.
And that is the Vision series by Lisa McMann.
Love this series.
Loved it. Great book for reluctant readers. I've given this book to reluctant readers, and they come back really, really quickly. They always want the next book.
Well, because they're quick
covers.
reads. So these books aren't very long. They're a little over 200 pages, but they don't need any more. But it's like a perfect length. The series is a perfect length. It's all just perfect.
You know Jules. All the books take place from Jules' perspective, but you get to know everybody a little bit. But in that 200 pages, you are in Jules' head and it works.
Right, and you totally get into the world, and you love all the surrounding characters too. It isn't just Jules. That McMann is able to build this entire world in 200 pages to the point that you want to know more about everything, and you're pushed forward to read the rest. And each book is just as good as the last. And
the characters and the disasters are believable. It's not the teens were able to stop what? When you read how they stop it, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. It does make sense.
Everything, even the family drama and everything around the rivalry makes sense. And like I said, I actually read her first series. I think they were her first series. But when I read her first series, they were given to me, I think, by a teen. Was read these. And they were really great. So when I read that these were coming out, I read each one as soon as they came out. I was like, these are so good.
That would be so hard, I think, if I was reading them as they were coming out.
Yeah, that was hard.
To wait.
That was hard.
Because
I'm like, what happened to Sawyer?
Right. And the meatball truck.
Yes. There's a lot of inappropriate jokes that are actually funny.
They're hilarious.
And I think 14-year-olds would find them just as funny as this 34-year-old found them.
Yeah, I mean, they're totally off color, but I think that's what makes them awesome.
That's what teens like. And I can't say enough. And they're great books for reluctant readers. They're great books for those 6th, 7th, 8th graders who are reading way above their reading level. They're great books for boys who you might not be able to find a good book for.
I think at first it might be a hard sell, though. I think for a boy.
But once you tell, I've given it to boys, though, and boys like them.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
It's a good reluctant reader book.
No, it definitely is a good reluctant reader.
It's really quick.
Because it's quick, it's funny, it's fast-paced.
She spaces those chapters really well.
She's literally seeing these action scenes all over the place, in television screens, on billboards. So it keeps flashing in action. So it would keep the reluctant reader kind of pushing forward.
And I hadn't read them all at once. So I read them when they each came out, and then this last week I read them all at once for the Epic Reads Decathlon and for this review. And reading them all at once, I got sucked in again, and it was my second reading. This was your first reading, right?
So it was my second reading of the first book, but my first reading of the entire series.
Okay.
And these are one of those type of books that I have to be careful when I start them, because it's one of those books you just can't put down. So I had to wait until the weekend before I could start them. Thankfully, they're short enough that I can power through them.
I did them in 2 or 3 days, yeah.
Yeah.
There is an audiobook. I've never listened to it, so I don't know how good it is, but I think it would have flown itself well to an audiobook.
Yeah, I think so.
So, and that's really what I've got to say.
Yeah, because we just really love it.
And really good times.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like she's one of those authors that I just really enjoy, and lots of people don't read her.
Yeah.
She has a middle grade series called, is it The Descendants? The ones with like the mystical flying things on the cover. Those are more popular than these, and I've never read those. Yeah.
I plan to take a walk down the Lisa McMann path and
It's a good time.
read the rest.
Yeah.
So
I really like. Maybe we'll do series spotlight on the other ones at some point.
Ooh, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna rate this.
We're gonna rate it. I give it a unicorn.
I'll give it a unicorn too.
Yeah.
I liked it a
We
lot.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what we have to say.
And you should read it.
You should read it.
So, adios.
Bye.